for the Public Safety Committee meeting. I'll call this meeting to order for September 16th, 2025. It is 4:00 p.m. If you would, I would like to ask you to just take a moment of silence, please. Amen. Thank you. Next on our agenda, we need to approve the minutes for August 12th.
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any additions, deletions, any other comments? If not, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next on the agenda, the Police Department's asking for an approval to apply for $298,063.85 from the BJA FY25 DNA Capacity Enhancement for Backlog Reduction Grant. We have a motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next on the agenda, we have an ordinance to amend Chapter 5 of the Code of the City of Charleston, South Carolina to permit microchipping by animal shelter personnel.
Don't forget about your microphones.
I don't have a copy of the ordinance in front of me, but there was one. Let me pull it up real quick.
I got it here in my packet here.
Sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
I think if I understand this correctly, the change was simply to allow technicians to do the microchip as well.
Yeah, what looks like it's being changed is it used to be by a licensed veterinarian. Now it adds person under the indirect supervision, but I can get legal to clarify.
Well, can I just move to amend to take out direct and indirect, just so it's just supervision? That way it's, whether it's direct or indirect supervision, it's
okay
under the supervision.
Okay, Councilman Brady.
Yeah, I know Julie and I have had some correspondence on this, but was just curious why we can't just put pursuant to the State Veterinary Practices Act so that the city's not getting into regulating. We're going to send livability in to see if there's a veterinarian on duty doing that, or it seems like we could just say pursuant to state law or something to that effect.
I mean, well, I don't know what the rules are under state law, but I just didn't want to make sure that we require that it be done under the indirect supervision of the vet, because that's what it's reading like right now, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I see that.
Magali, can you address the items?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So when we were looking at this, the state law, when it was talking about the ability to have microchipping perform, was silent from what we had seen. And so the section that we had found addressing under direct supervision of a vet was actually regulating animal shelters. And so I think the intent here was to allow like clinics and things like that for animals to be microchipped. So we were looking for wording that would allow essentially vet techs to do it, but at the same time be consistent with what's already on the books.
Magdalene, would there be a problem with us removing the word indirect in this amendment? I think Councilmember Tinkler has a good point that it says a person under the indirect supervision of a licensed veterinarian. We would want indirect and direct, if I understand correctly.
Yes.
Could we remove that word? Would that be a problem?
Under supervision of, and just leave the direct and indirect out of it? That's
correct. Just leave the word indirect, or direct and indirect, just leave that word out and just say under the supervision of a licensed veterinarian.
yes, and I would just want to maybe follow up with an additional sentence saying that nothing herein shall preclude licensed veterinary technicians from implanting microchips, just to be clear.
I will amend my motion for an amendment.
All right, and do we have a second for the amendment?
I'll second that. But I also should add that in South Carolina, licensed veterinary technicians, so a vet tech is not a thing in South Carolina. There was a whole legislature hearing about this. So anyone that is not a licensed veterinary technician has to be referred to as a veterinary aide. So just so we're, so it's a certification thing under state law. So I just want to make sure we don't get hamstringed into saying licensed veterinary technician or, veterinary aide and that type of thing. So if we can just have some language that gives the leeway, because I think to Councilmember Tinkler's point, and Magley's point, part of this is so that, as we look at the microchipping requirement, and trying to make it easier to get that and reunite with owners and reduce city expenses on it, that we don't want to start hamstringing the ability for people to do it, especially with the amount of grants and that type of thing that go on, where we could do clinics and so could, other jurisdictions and everything else. If the more we get microchipped, the more pets get reunited with their owners, and also the less cost the government bears. So I just want to make sure that we're not hamstringing ourselves here.
Councilmember Tinkler, did you have something else?
What about the language duly authorized under state law? Well, then, if I could amend just to add or any other person duly licensed under state law.
I would revise my second and go with that.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion to amend the amendment. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the ayes have it.
Councilmember, your microphone.
Move for approval of the amendment.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the amendment, the amended amendment, and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. So next on our agenda, we have an executive session pursuant to South Carolina Code Section 30-470 to discuss proposed location for Fire Station 20 and the need for additional acreage to accommodate future public use, to include potential action to authorize staff to begin acquisition, including and up to condemnation. Do I have a motion to go into executive session? I have a motion to go into executive session and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We're in executive session.